Hey guys, it's Sam and welcome back to the BulbaSquad. So today we're going to be talking about how to profiteer during the 25th anniversary. To be more specific, we are not talking long-term investing. If you guys want to talk that within this time frame, sure, leave some comments. We'll have another conversation about this. I am talking strictly flipping. I do not support it personally. I think it's very dangerous. But people are going to do it anyway, so I'm going to teach you how to do it. So, because we don't need you going YOLO on this and getting burned real bad. So, here we go. We're going to be talking about this within the context of Evolving Skies, the Japanese 25th anniversary set, the 25th anniversary set, the English one, the stamp box, and then Generations. I'll explain why that's there later. For those of you who are going to point out that EV Heroes is not on this, there's a reason for it. EV Heroes is releasing very soon on the Japanese side. That's going to be a very difficult fight to try and source it and actually try to flip it. I personally think it's more work than it's worth. And we do not know where EV Heroes is going to be. If it's going to be its own independent set, if it's going to be an Evolving Skies, or if it's going to be part of the 25th anniversary set. You see the dilemma? So we're not going to be talking about it in its own right. Now, the question of how do we profiteer? There it goes. How do we profiteer off of the 25th anniversary time? It's not actually how much money can I make, it's what's my risk. It doesn't matter if your profit margins can be astronomical if your risk is going to lose you everything. You need to always remember your risk. So, first and foremost, we're going to categorize these. Number 1 and number 2, I think, are very close together in terms of risk. These are the single highest, riskiest, most volatile, most dangerous parts of all of this. It is the 25th set, anniversary set, and Evolving Skies. Some of you are not going to agree with me, and that's okay. Just tell me why. That's all I want to know. 25th anniversary set and Evolving Skies. We do not know what's going to happen to that. Both of these are as close to those printers finally coming up in 2022 as can be. Both of these are probably Pokemon's #1 agenda. 25th anniversary more so. Evolving Skies has Single Strike and Rapid Strike cards. We do not know how much they're going to print of any of this. You could have dead money for years to come. You could have an old Generations dilemma where Generations was selling for like $2 or $3 a pack back whenever it was coming out, or a Roaring Skies dilemma, considering, I think they're giving us a hint. After that, I would personally say the Japanese variant is going to be the next highest risk. But between these three, the risk dramatically lowers when we hit number 3. Next, the stamp boxes. You know, the ones that have the Edo era art styles? It's Beauty Looking Back and Moon Goose. I believe it's called Moon Goose. Both of these are in Japan, which historically have been less printed and are more controlled. They don't just go all willy-nilly with the printers. The Japanese set typically is going to have less than the English one, and if they reprint it, it's not going to be quite as bad. And in the end, I think it's going to be a little more, it's going to be more steady, so I think it's lower risk. The stamp box promo, there's a lot of extra steps that go into this booster, into the stamp box, that I think even if they reprint it, it's not going to be that much. The printers are going to be used up. People's attention, remember, people have very short attention spans right now in Pokemon. People are going to forget about that. And last one, Generations. Generations is the least risky of all of these because that will not be reprinted. Like almost certainly that will not get reprinted. They have not gone that far back to reprint things before. Alright? Now, here's why I decided to do this. Let's say we're not going to go by dollar amounts. We're just going to say we have 100% of our money to invest into flipping. Remember, we're talking flipping, strictly flipping. How are we going to do this? How are we going to play with this hot potato before it burns us. If it does, we need to theorize what's going to do it. Generations. What is the worst case scenario? Generations right now is about $45 a pack. Really pricey. But remember, we just had that massive retracement like everywhere in the market. And Generations, it's not budged. If anything, I think it went up by a couple bucks. Generations has a strong, solid demand. Now here's the thing. People think Generations already is tapped out because 25th anniversary set is basically upon us. But think of it like this. You are someone who's interested in the 25th anniversary, and you just happen to hit the wrong button, and a bunch of new people decide to go to the secondary market looking for products. When you look up the 25th anniversary Pokemon or Pokemon anniversary set, you will most likely eventually find your way into Generations. Generations is going to have strength in that regard. Generations may still have lots of untapped demand. Going based off of that, there's a good chance it's going to appreciate. What's my downside risk? Alright, it's already been proven. It was dead money for years. The most plentiful version of this product is only 2 packs in a damn box. And then the ETB is gorgeous. The Super Premium collection is also gorgeous. The Red and Blue collections, people love the promos. They're worth a ton. So realistically, my worst case scenario is I lose about maybe 15 bucks, 33% worst case. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that because that's going to go up over time, most likely, considering that so long as the hobby stays healthy, Pokemon doesn't screw it up, like it's most likely going to go up. Going based off of that, I want to have the most money parked in this. This is where I'm not going to lose as much, and I have a potential higher margins. Because remember, we're talking booster packs. If you decide to go into sealed, you can still ship for pretty cheap. But single booster packs, that's pretty cheap to ship, especially because if we're talking booster packs, people will buy like 3 or 4 at a time. Knowing that, I personally believe that going about, let's see, we're going about, I would say, 55% of the way into Generations. This way, most of our money is secure. We need that security, that baseline, so that we can afford to gamble with the rest of it. Remember, you never sell the farm. Now, the stamp boxes. The stamp boxes are a little more tricky. These are going to be more difficult to acquire. They're going to be volatile. But if the screen promos, Mario Pikachu crossover, or anything to go based off of, demand in the long run is going to outrun the supply, so long as the population and the hobby increases. If you truly believe that, you'll be fine. So in the short term, it's difficult. This one's actually a really difficult one. What's going to happen? I think if they reprint it, there's not going to be enough. 80,000 to start off with is a very nice amount. But 80,000 is going to be paltry by comparison to however many people are in the hobby. If the hobby grows and people really get to understand this product. In those couple months between the release of the anniversary, or I guess the rest of this year, I could see this growing. I could see it dipping, obviously. I think the risk we see with this is maybe a 25-40% decrease, depending on how high that initial price is inflated. This one is extremely dependent on your starting baseline price. If you can get it really close to that, I think it's like $39 in Japan. So if you can get around 50, 60, you're golden. You're going to be able to flip these all day long. But I still think it's relatively dangerous. So doing that, oh wait, I messed up. I didn't mean to put 55. I meant to put 45%. 45%. Going based off of that, I want to do 20% into the stamp boxes. 20%. Because if I lose in the short term, in the long run, I can still recover fairly well. It's not going to be as bad of an opportunity cost as my other ones. Now, the Japanese specialty set, or the 25th anniversary set. This one, I would almost say my risk or my loss potential is going to almost be a net zero. The reason I say that, Japanese is notoriously steady and slow. If that price gets inflated initially, but you manage to get a pretty good starting basis on it, you don't have to worry that much about losses. There's not that much you're actually going to run in the way of losing out. You can flip, and there's a good chance you'll make some solid money off of it, because as we've clearly seen, there is a lot of demand for Japanese products now. Knowing that, I would personally feel comfortable putting 15% of my capital into this. If I get stuck with it long term, again, it's gonna most likely be stable. Look at CP6, also known as the Evolutions Japanese Evolutions. Evolving Skies, now we're getting tricky. These things are so tied together, I'm just gonna give you the number right away. I wanna do 10% into both of these. 10%. At 10%, I have enough skin in the game that I can keep flipping all day long and keep trying to make money. But if I ever get stuck holding that bill, holding that hot potato, I can afford to. Because look at where a majority of our money is. Look at it. What is that? 80%? 80% of our capital is tied up in lower risk. That's the big thing. And the highest risk, like in terms of money we're going to lose, what? Maybe you lose 20%? Because in the way this is going to all balance out, 20% would be like the absolute worst. That's nothing. That's literally nothing considering the rewards you could really be working with. And if we decide to talk up here, those losses are technically infinite. The reason for that is we do not know the timeline in which this will stay in print. We do not know when that will stop. Yes, the 25th anniversary is going to be a specialty set and only have ETBs. That we're fairly certain about that because PokeBeach has revealed different product lines, and there's been no 25th anniversary booster box revealed. You'll say, "Oh, but the ETBs, those are safe, right? That's where you can park money." Please, do not forget. Do not forget we've already gone down that path before. Evolving Skies. This is a main set. Every single set that releases this year, the newest set, is always the highest risk. Evolving Skies is going to be just that. That'll be the highest risk. Reprint after reprint. It's called Evolving Skies, for Pete's sake. Are you kidding me? Do I need to spell it out? Roaring Skies. Enough said. So now you understand, okay? This is what I would advise. This will give you enough insulation so you can afford to gamble your money away, flipping around, making money, doing whatever you want, getting your free tendies, but never fearing the loss of everything. Because it's very difficult for that to occur. Again, remember, we're moving in this in the way that will protect your money in the worst case scenario. Tell me, what do you guys think of this stat distribution? Do you think maybe we should go a little more top heavy, add a couple more percentage points up here? Because you know what? We got to make money. It's stupid. It's going to be easy to make money, especially if you know what you're doing. I see you botters out there. Or do you think we should actually go a little more safety heavy? Because we don't know what's going to happen and you're a little more afraid. Just tell me, what are your thoughts on this? Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys. Alright, guys, thank you for watching that video. We're still doing the Battle Styles Booster Box giveaway. It's going to be ending this coming Saturday, alright? The 22nd, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there if you guys are going to be, If you guys have entered, just leave your favorite card from Battle Styles in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys then. Bye, guys.